Yo, we are back with another episode of Run the Ropes Media. Now, we just got off the weekend of WWE Crown Jewel, and I mean, for the most point, we expected a lot. They kind of, I feel like, would you agree with me when you say you feel like they kind of underdelivered?
Yeah. I mean, I think both of us weren't crazy excited about it to begin with, but then as it started getting closer, we got more and more interested in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely underdelivered. I think what do we rate it like a 2 out of a 10
yeah, bro. Yeah,
PLE,
we gave it
so
like a 2 out of 5. Like it was to me, it like you said, it was kind of like a filler pay per view, man. Filler PLE. It could have been better. We know they put on the show for Saudi, and we're gonna move over to Survivor Series. Now, the road to Survivor Series is still kind of up in the air. I feel like Monday Night Raw is going to maybe put a couple pieces of the puzzle together, for us to see how Survivor Series may, unfold. But the I want to say before the pre-show, like you mentioned, Goldberg was up there for the SEC football, and they announced that Goldberg will have his final match in 2025. In a sense, I kind of wish now that we, a couple days past it, I feel like because John Cena is having his 2025 run, like Goldberg, like okay,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying, bro? He's
Yeah.
having one match. John
Yep.
Cena's having a farewell tour. So in a sense, it's kind of like, do we need not necessarily two predictable retirements in 2025? But I feel like they should have held that information to maybe around like Royal Rumble. Like Goldberg announced that he's
Yeah.
gonna do it. It would have to me it would have made more sense. But I guess
Now
since
I
every
was
go ahead.
No, I was just on that. I was thinking about that actually when we saw it, right? Because I even said to you, I'm like, man, like they dropped that news literally 10 minutes before
Yeah.
Crown Jewel started. So I wonder if he wasn't supposed to say anything on the on the college game day
I didn't think about that.
show,
I didn't
and
think about
maybe
that.
something happened where he just mentioned it and they threw it up on the screen. But at the same time, I'm thinking, well, they had some footage playing of him on the screen,
Right,
so it had to be kind of
right.
planned,
And
you know?
also I feel like they did that just because of us. People that are predicting that Goldberg was gonna be there at Crown Jewel and to not
Yep.
disappoint hundreds of thousands of fans,
Yeah.
Goldberg is here and just letting y'all know, like, hey, I'm not gonna be here, so don't expect it. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you start with this one, bro, because again, this one was kind of your baby as far as predicting, Goldberg's final opponent. We thought he was gonna be here, we thought he was gonna be there. But as of right now, we haven't gotten any of that. So with that being said, bro, start us off, man. How do you feel? First off, how do you feel about them announcing Goldberg's retirement this soon?
Well, it depends, right? It depends on it's definitely gonna be 2025, like he
Yep.
said. So, this soon yeah, you know what though, man? I was thinking the same thing, but it's
What was
crazy,
you
dog.
thinking, bro?
W
What you
we
think?
are we are literally in the beginning of November.
Yeah.
We only got 2 months until the new year anyway.
Mhm.
We got the rest of this month, the rest of December, and we're already in 2025.
I feel like they could have waited,
So,
bro.
they coulda waited until maybe, like, after Rumble, um, but again, Royal Rumble this year is in February.
Yeah.
So,
But then
I don't
again,
know.
like had he not said, like I think he just said Bill Goldberg is retiring in 2025, it could have been more expected. Like we wouldn't have been like, well, what if he pops up in the Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
But if that can't be the case because if he's having one more match, you know what I'm saying? I doubt the Royal Rumble is going to be his last match
No.
because what would that do?
It's definitely gonna be a singles match, I feel, listen, this all started off with the Bad Blood pay-per-view. It was in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
He's there. Maybe that's kinda what sparked the conversation
Maybe,
backstage.
maybe, but you don't. But what was okay? Maybe great. Maybe this could have all just fell out of nowhere. Maybe
Yeah.
they felt a buzz from a Gunther versus Goldberg. Maybe Bad Blood was literally supposed to just been it. That was it.
Mhm.
They had a couple words, and just kept it moving. But for those who do follow Goldberg and have heard some of the things he said within the last year or so, he has said that he wants to have that final match And again, AEW was pitching for him to have his retirement match there. They already had the honor of having Sting retire at AEW. I'm not sure what they got going on with Ric Flair over there anymore. Like, I know Ric Flair signed
Yeah.
a deal with them, around the time Sting was still hanging. Tony Khan is definitely threw some money in the air,
Yeah,
bro. You
man.
know what I'm saying? I'm sure he paid a bag for Ric Flair. I'm
Yep.
sure he paid a bag for a couple other guys. Bobby Lashley, I'm sure he's paying a bag for right now. But me and you were biased. Okay, let's not sit here and act like we're not biased. We're big WWF, WWE, WCW, ECW type guys. So it is good to see that Goldberg will be retiring under that umbrella. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I would have hated it if he would have went to like AEW and had
Who
some
would he would have
one-off
did? Like,
match.
what? Seeing
Yeah.
Edge going to AEW made sense because Christian was there, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense. But what would have been the purpose for Goldberg to go there for one match? Unless he was fighting Sting, in which we knew nothing like that would have been able to take place. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I don't know, bro. But who do you
I
think?
also
Go ahead.
You know what too, bro? It's like I don't even know like what the interest level from people is on this. Like he came back, bro, after so long to begin with. He had a good solid run. He had some good matches. He had I still think one of the craziest like 5-minute matches of all time, the action packed match he had with Lesnar. It was a
Mhm.
shocker. Got
Yep.
him up for the jackhammer, which nobody thought he was gonna be able to do even at that age. And, I just right now, I don't even know what the interest level is. Is it gonna be nice to see him back and finally just retire in WWE? Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
But it's like nobody's, chomping at the bit to see
Yeah.
this, let's
Facts.
be honest.
Facts.
And it's really gonna depend on who the opponent is, right? Like you just previously mentioned before we started here, maybe it's not even gonna be Gunther now,
What's
it's
what?
and you gotta realize too, tonight on Raw there is gonna be a, fatal four-way for the number 1 contenders match for Gunther's, world heavyweight title, so if they're gonna be going in a direction like that, we gotta see how long that's gonna last, because this is 2025 and, listen, 2025 is a whole year, so it could be at the beginning of the year, it could be middle, or it could be end.
Yeah.
What do you
Mania,
think? You think it's
Mania
gonna be
will
at
be.
Mania?
I mean, Mania, SummerSlam. Like, I
Yeah.
couldn't see it waiting all the way to Survivor Series.
Something
SummerSlam
big, right? Like
is
some big pay gotta be some big
Going to be a
PLE.
2 day event. Mania is going to be a 2 day event. I can see him either at Mania. It would be good for Mania. Like, why not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why do like this all the way to SummerSlam? It literally
Yep.
makes no sense to drag this all the way to SummerSlam.
No.
So Mania will 100% to me um be the best thing, but against who? Who? Like the New Day would say, who? Who against who? And the reason
Yeah.
why I feel like my suggestion, hear me out, bro. Hear me out. Hear me out. My thing is, since I feel like the Gunther thing is squashed now, if he would have had he came to Crown Jewel and caused Gunther, like, bam, we can set up something good in the future.
Yeah.
But since they didn't do that, it leaves an open spot. Now, the only open spot that this can potentially lead is a Gunther versus Goldberg match at WrestleMania with no title on the line. That's the only thing that I can see anyway. But a more fulfilling match would be, in my opinion, Goldberg and Braun Breaker. I feel like that would be more of a match that could benefit Braun Breaker more than anything. It'll benefit Braun Breaker. Like, giving Gunther a win over Goldberg right now honestly doesn't do anything for me either. He's an old withered up man. And no disappoint. I mean, no disrespect, but I feel like
Yeah.
that would be a disappointing match. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even know how people will feel about Braun Breaker. Only way that Braun Breaker versus Goldberg could be a headline match is if my man Braun Breaker damn near goes undefeated all the way to WrestleMania, and we trying to find a guy who's gonna take this title from him. I can see them
Yeah.
having the Intercontinental Championship in a high ranking match or a high marquee match at WrestleMania, but we got to make my man Braun damn near undestructible, undefeatable. You know what I'm saying? Like, put him on a
Like how
mini Goldberg run.
Goldberg was,
Put him
yeah.
on a mini Goldberg run. Braun Breaker will be next, but put Braun Breaker over at WrestleMania. That's a
Mhm.
good. That's good. that can
And they're
bring,
close in real life too, because I think
bro.
Goldberg's really close with the Steiners, so
Diners, yeah, bro. Having Goldberg, having Braun Breaker beat Goldberg, Goldberg putting over Braun Breaker. Now that opens him up for the main event spot. Now that opens him up to be a WWE championship contender. Like you gotta have some people like that under your belt. Again, Goldberg versus Gunther really does nothing. It does nothing
yeah.
for Gunther in a sense, but it does everything for Braun Breaker. So that's honestly my ideal. That's my dream match. And I mean, it can happen. Look what the freak they did with Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle going away
Yeah.
retirement match was against Baron Corbin, who they literally just released not too long ago. To me, that was
Yep.
one of the biggest mistakes I feel like they could have ever done, especially
I
to a name like
yeah.
Kurt Angle, because it literally absolutely did zero for Braun, excuse me, zero for Baron Corbin, and to me, it just diminished Kurt Angle. Like it was terrible, bro. It was
See,
terrible.
I liked Kurt in kinda like that GM role.
Yep, me too.
I think he kind of, stayed a little too long, like, competing, because his
Hmm.
body was shot, man.
Yeah,
The guy
Kurt could
is
barely stand up, bro.
yeah,
Kurt
and
could barely stand up, man. And Kurt
and I
Angle
don't
is
really
one of my favorites. So no
yeah,
disrespect.
and I don't like when they do that with some of the guys, like some of the old timers, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know, I feel like and it's almost, I don't know. I almost feel like it's like, why? You know? Like, does he need the money? What is he coming back for one more match for? You know
I
what I'm
mean, he
saying?
didn't
Like,
have a retirement match, bro. You know, it's one thing I've heard
but he
from
came back and he was active. You gotta remember, he came back for what year did he come back? Because he
that was
came back
that
for the Hall of Fame.
that
He
that
was
yep.
inducted in the Hall of Fame.
His last match was in Saudi versus Bobby Lashley,
Yeah,
and
but
that
he
was
before that, he had the thing with the Undertaker. He had the
oh
whole thing
yes, that stuff is kind of terrible,
with
bro.
yeah. But
That
that's what
see,
I'm saying. It's like at
he
his
had a
age
mini run because he beat the Fiend. He won. See,
yeah,
it was just too, it was too messy. He beat the Fiend and was something that he shouldn't have done. The crowd
yep,
already didn't like that. He beat the Fiend just literally for a month later for him to drop it to Braun Strowman. You know what I'm
yep.
saying? So it was just like that last, and then he went on to face Bobby Lashley. He beat Bobby Lashley, but like that was the last we seen of him. So again, a thing I hear with a lot of wrestlers is that like they don't feel fulfilled until they have that final
And listen,
match
I understand it. I completely get it, but
on
I still
their
think it's
terms. You
I
know, it's
think it's
different when they say
yeah,
something ain't on their
yeah,
terms.
and I get it, but I think it's a little too late, to be honest.
It was,
Because
but it
it
was late
it
years ago though, bro. It was late
but that's
years
what I'm
ago when they
saying.
tried to
It
do it.
would have been perfect for him to have a retire match with another legacy guy like The Undertaker. I know that match was terrible, but, like, at the same time, have it against somebody like that. Because we also let's think about this. Think about the quality of match he goes in there against a guy like Braun Breaker. He's gonna be the guy that's just standing around the ring, letting the guys run ropes, run circles around him because he
And
ain't gonna be able to keep up. It's gotta be another match that is a
not now.
5-minute match.
Not
Yeah.
now, bro. And that's why I feel like they didn't rush to have him versus Gunther on some stuff because they know he's not in ring shape. You know what I'm saying?
Even I mean, but how
But by Mania, I mean, what's the age difference between Goldberg and The Rock? Like, let's be real though, bro. What's the age difference between Goldberg and The Rock? I'm sure
I
they're
think
not that far off.
I think it's a little different though, right? It's
What you
also
talk to me?
like
Talk to me.
it's not just age, right? It's also like, surgeries and how weathered a guy is. Bro, The Rock can go 2 day like he did 10 years ago.
Facts. Yeah, you're right.
Goldberg, whenever his last 5 years ago was a shell of himself
And it
from
wasn't even 5 years ago, Dylan. This
bro,
was like 2 years ago. He
it
faced
was
Bobby Lashley,
yeah,
bro.
like 2021, right? So,
No, after that, bro.
it was
Let's see.
after
Yes, Bobby Lashley versus. I want to say, bro, that was 22. It
22.
yeah, bro. I want to say, let's see, Goldberg
Whatever
versus
the case is, right? 21,
Bobby
22.
Lashley. Crown
He was
Jewel.
a
That was. Go ahead, bro.
no, I'm just saying it's a shell of himself compared to when he came back after he was inducted in the Hall of Fame. So it's like, dude, you're talking about just a couple years span and he's even talked about it. He has to do a lot. He's got to eat a lot and he's got to train a lot to even get muscle nowadays, bro.
You're
How
right. It
is
was
he?
21. It was 21. You were right.
Yeah.
It was
Hey,
21.
come on.
Dang, bro.
And
Whew, 3 years ago.
and and he was talking about it back then, how much he had to train and how much he
Mhm.
had to really try to build that much little muscle and get endurance back to even go a little bit. Like this match, I'm telling you, bro, it's gotta have a 5-minute time limit.
I agree, bro.
It's
We're
gotta be
talking
action
about for a
packed.
squash match, though, bro. This match is gonna be full of spears and jack like a
And
regular
that's fine
a
because it
regular
doesn't mean
jacker.
anything anyway. It's a one-off match. So that's what I'm saying, dude.
I get you,
It
bro.
it
I get,
can't be
but again,
some
I feel like
like
this is something that they're doing for Goldberg, bro.
and
You know
I
what I'm
get
saying?
it. I
This is
get
what
it.
they're doing for Goldberg.
Yeah, I get it. I
But he
just
better lose though, bro. He better lose. There's
and
no.
that's the thing too, bro. It's
But
like
it
you're not
almost
going.
feels like who the freak is they gonna let lose to Goldberg, bro? Like they barely want to let Gunther lose. So how they gonna have him
Yeah.
lose against 60-year-old Goldberg, bro? It really makes no sense.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. But I can see Braun Breaker in that spot, bro. I don't Braun Breaker versus Goldberg, Brock Lesnar versus Gunther, like that to me,
Yeah.
that's a better combination.
And
I don't like because Brock Lesnar can still go. He can
yeah.
still go. Brock Lesnar be
Oh,
able to
yeah.
go a 20, 30 minute match with
Yeah.
Goldberg, no. So yes, you're right,
No.
bro. 5, 10 minute spear, punch. Let me spear him through the barricade, like type of stuff, like action pack, high impact,
Yes.
over within 10 minutes. Yep, I feel you with that.
And other than Braun Breaker, I don't see anybody else who even makes sense. I just
Same,
don't. So, you guys
same.
gotta let us know down below in the
And,
comments, man.
and, and I don't want no dream match, first time ever Goldberg versus CM Punk. Like
No.
I don't want to. We've already seen Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre, so we don't need to see that
Yeah.
again. In which Drew McIntyre won, and
Mhm.
maybe that may have been the last time we've seen Goldberg was when he was going against Drew McIntyre. Maybe
Yeah.
it's a little bit cloudy. Like them COVID days is still just a tad bit
Yeah.
cloudy. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
man.
saying, man? But again, like Dylan said, let us know in the comment section below. What do y'all think as far as Goldberg's retirement for 2025? Because it can't be that starstruck. Like John Cena got everybody's attention in 2025.
So,
Like
I just looked it up
let's
real
be
quick. I just looked it up real quick.
real.
And
Mm-hmm.
guys, we're gonna make a full like separate video, and that thing can go on for ages about what we're gonna predict about the whole John Cena run. But I just wanted to look it up real quick because, like you said, it has been kind of a blur. Dude, we forgot Goldberg faced Roman at I think it was yeah, Elimination Chamber in 2022. So,
Did
bro, that
he?
guy came back for like a full freaking run.
He did. He
He
had like a
faced
run,
everybody
bro.
already, bro. Like,
And where did
yeah,
Goldberg go
hey,
against
hey, man,
Roman?
hey, Goldberg, you had enough. All right,
No, wait, Goldberg
the
versus
guy
Roman Elimination Chamber
for the
22?
title. Yeah,
Oh wow, yeah, bro. Wow. And I'm talking about Bobby Lashley versus him,
I
and he had a
know.
whole nother feud after that.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
crazy, bro. So
So, and
yeah,
listen,
I
I
don't know.
like Goldberg, man. When he first
Braun
came
Breaker is the
back,
best. He's the
when
best. He's
he,
the best opponent.
yeah, yeah, he's definitely the best. And I'm not throwing shade, bro. I'm just saying, like, I just don't like when some of these guys, because you also got to realize, bro, this is going to be your last impression of Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
So I just hope it's not like something where you feel sad about it,
Because my
you
last
know?
impression of Kurt Angle, they did my boy Kurt Angle dirty. They
Yeah,
did
even
my
the
for Kurt Angle to be top 10. I think Kurt Angle. I personally think Kurt Angle is top 10. Top 10 WWE superstar of all time. 100%. Like I'm picking, see, I'm different, bro. I will pick Kurt Angle over Bret Hart. And a lot of people were like,
I probably would too.
would drown me in Camp Crystal Lake for saying something like this, bro. But Kurt Angle was that dude, bro. Like we, you know what, Dylan? We need to eventually, and our run the road media fans, like I always say, what I always say, Dylan, we gonna run y'all around the ropes, but we gonna always meet right back here center of the ring. And I feel
Yeah.
like we get to that point, like we need to talk about why these guys are so important. Almost like sneakers in a sense, bro, because when I think of like, for instance, Air Jordan 3 Black Cement, it don't mean that much to the new generation because they weren't there when we were grabbing them or when we were buying them. So it's just another pair of shoes. But y'all
Mhm.
need to know the work of Kurt Angle, bro. Like
Yeah.
Kurt Angle was a different beast early WWF
Also
before he left.
also also a crazy story, man. If you guys haven't watched that documentary on him, bro.
Yeah. Kurt Angle is a real dude.
Yeah,
Like
man.
like that's
Crazy.
like like you know how
That
you got you know how you got the Undertaker, you got the Dead Man, you got the American Badass, like you got different personas of
yeah.
you got the Game, the Cerebral Assassin, Randy Orton, you got Legend Killer, the Viper, Kurt Angle, you got Perk Angle.
Yeah,
And Perk
man.
Angle was a different beast, boy. So we gonna eventually get that because I know once we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna give y'all my top 10
Yep.
wrestlers of all time. Dylan is gonna do the same, and we gonna really break down. And I want us to have like some kind of just like on why we feel like these guys deserve to be in that spot. And I want y'all to tap in with us too. So with that being said, make sure y'all let us know who y'all think Goldberg's final opponent should be. Let us know how y'all feel about the announcement. It was kind of watered down, bro. I swear. Like
Yeah.
nothing is gonna topple John Cena's retirement run in
Mm-mm.
2025. It's almost like, why did y'all put that here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
what was the point? Because everybody is focusing on Cena. Unless Goldberg versus John Cena is in that mix, in which we've never seen before,
I don't think
right?
so.
But I highly doubt people want that. Then other than that, I'm kind of cool on Goldberg's last match. So take us home, bro.
Yeah, guys, so let us know down below, who do you think his final opponent's gonna be? Also, let us know, like, what your interest level is in it as well, not just who you think is gonna
From a one
be.
to 10, let
From
us know.
1 to 10, let us know your are you guys freaking ready to go to see this thing, or are you guys could care less? So, let us know down below. Tomorrow, we're definitely gonna be doing a Raw breakdown. We may go live for it, we may not. So yeah, let us know too about the lives if you guys wanna keep seeing us do some live streams, because I think we both, really enjoyed doing our first one
Yeah,
for
facts.
Crown Jewel. And other than that, man, like the video, subscribe, share the content. If you know any wrestling fans out there, put
Tell us
them
about
on to our podcast. Other than that, man, you got your boy Dylan,
it. Got your boy Unbreakable.
and we out.
Yo,
Peace.
peace.